It's
But they
it's
did
a legit
first.
strat.
Who
It's
cares?
definitely a legit strat. Maybe it could be a little bit too strong at that later stage, but.
Well, we are waiting for the draft to start. We did also get word of why the start of the game lasted so long, why why it took so long for us to get going in the first place. There was an SSD that was broken. Someone had to set up their whole settings again because we work with SSDs, so every player has their own. That's
Okay.
Here
we go.
Get out of here, bro.
The fear was instilled into the heart of misery.
You've heard of Terror Blade? That is Terror Ban right there. Get rid of that immediately.
It was ridiculously strong. So.
10 seconds remaining.
And Low
Get rid of
Druid
it.
taken out as well. You know, classic stuff. The Bears are really
5
meta
seconds
right now.
remaining.
Bear fans rejoice. All
Yeah.
the Bears are
Blue
hype.
bear? He looks like a hamster.
He's like a rat, sir. Rat hamster kind of. I don't know what it is,
What is
but.
this?
Napan Lifestealer.
All right, does that say anything
Okay.
about what they might do?
Well, sure. I mean, Lifestealer only good against a certain amount of heroes.
Keeper of the
right?
Light was left this time around, and they did ban Centaur this time again, which,
Yeah.
I mean, that probably tells something that they have been scrimming against Wings, so.
Yeah. Because they have, so they must know something that we don't.
So, the big one that at least was banned last time, yeah, the Keeper of the Light.
And Slardar.
And the Slardar, yes.
Would you rather keep or Slardar? Or neither?
5 seconds remaining.
Or neither. It's Wings. They're the hipsters.
You probably don't want to give Keeper Slardar, though.
Reserve time.
Right? Because that's like a really strong dual lane combo with the double crush.
There's no Lifestealer,
Yeah, they
though.
don't care. They're Wings. They go next assassin.
So that's a response toward the Kardel. They're preemptively picking versus it.
Yeah. Smart
That
move,
is
too.
good.
And a couple other denies, too, like the Bat Rider, who's pretty darn good right now. So,
Yeah. It's
Nick's
just
first.
yes, good hero
10
versus the
seconds
like just to deter people from wanting to pick those type of.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, let's see here. Next pick going to be coming out for DC.
Reserve
Common
time.
DC heroes. We have any ideas? Standard stuff.
Or is
of
it just going
course.
to be Slardar and Kardel?
Yeah, the
Would you
Slardar
still
Kardel
pick a
still there.
Kardel into the next
I like
assassin?
Rubik a lot more versus Nyx
Yeah, well,
than Coddle, but I don't know. They also run Slardar as a 4, so maybe
They
not
do.
want to go with both of the supports immediately right off the bat.
10 seconds remaining.
I could see a Weed Ranger, though, with the Slardar, especially after the
5
buffs.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. His big combination that actually it was Weehaw and Misery, the Slardar Wind
Yep.
Ranger combination. So back at Shanghai.
Do you think this will convince Misery to go out of the box more? This last game?
I do think so. Yeah.
I think so too.
we're right. The
So what?
fire has been lit.
Yeah.
Out the box, boy.
Maybe what, like Venge can keep it open-ended, but because they do still run it on Rezo every now and then, but it's not really. I mean, it gives you the minus armor on the dire side too, but it is a little early to show that.
Oh yeah, I would say too early.
Yeah.
Wind Ranger at
Rubik
your
sounds good.
service.
Hey, come
Out
on.
of the box.
Hey,
Hey.
bow to Ben. Bow
Well
to Ben
done,
move.
Mr. Ben.
Very nicely.
But Wind Ranger into Nyx too. Nyx is pretty darn good versus
It's
Wind
pretty good.
Ranger because you ideally want to get your int talent too.
Yep.
So the mana burn's going to be hitting you way harder later on, and you're fairly squishy. You're low armor, so the Vendetta
10
does
seconds
a lot of
remaining.
damage versus you as well. And you don't want to you're not a natural BK builder. You're going to have to build one
Seconds
eventually, but
remaining.
Shackle's still good though.
yeah, Shackle's still very good.
And we are most likely playing it, so the shackles will be there, and the Keeper of the Light still Wings take it.
Turn to ban.
I think Wings is pretty happy with that.
Sure.
Get him to
Yeah,
Nyx
I think
Coddle.
so for
Yep.
sure.
Keeper can be great this match too. I mean, the Blinding Light is always good, but especially against somebody like a Wind Ranger, Mana
Yeah.
Leak, very good on her as well. Anytime she tries to run away, and Slardar at the
10
same
seconds
time.
remaining.
So a very strong pickup.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Wings Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Aw, come on.
DC's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Wings Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Vengeful spirits.
Wings Gaming's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Imba Spirit.
DC's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Fiend.
Wings Gaming's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Pudge.
DC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Wings Gaming's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining.
No.
Wings Gaming's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
Terror Blade.
DC's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining.
Slark.
Yeah. I would probably go with wings just because of the the way they played last game. They looked
For battle.
pretty impeccable.
All right, we are gonna find out from our commentators how things are gonna pan out and who's gonna play that offlane, which hero is gonna be there. It is over to OD Pixel and Fogged.
Winter.
Winter, there you go. Winter.
Thank you, Shiva. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ourselves into game 2 of DC Wings. To answer your question, it is going to be the offlane Starladder. It will be the support combination of Vengeful Spirit and Wind Ranger. As we get ourselves into this exciting matchup, some fantastic heroes being picked up. Ice Ice Pudge, of course, being one of them. He was making the plays last game on the Nation's Prophet. Let's hope he does so again this time around for you Pudge fans out of there with the Pudge plays. But Winter, these two drafts very exciting. As well that we're seeing Rezo bringing back kind of an old Resolution classic, the old fish boy himself, the Slark.
Yeah, Slark's really good against the Ember and the Keeper of the Light because you can Dark Pack, remove the chains, the root, and the Mana Leak. Other carries are gonna struggle against that.
And he can play, of course, very nicely around the Terrorblade, can't he? You know, a lot of carries very wary about that Sunder coming through. You can't Sunder a man you can't see with the old Shadow Dance.
And the other thing that Slark brings to the table is he's a core that jungles easily. So he's going to be able to free up the lane for the Wind Ranger to jungle. I mean, sorry, to lane. And he's going to give Wind Ranger more space. Because Wind Ranger is a support that... I've played Wind Ranger support. I think that this hero needs some sort of... you need some items, some levels. So having a core that can easily jungle and give you a lane to farm and get levels is really good for the hero. So I think that could be the idea... Like some of the idea behind the Slark pick. And we see Misery.
Oh, hello! He nearly got. In fact, someone moved the courier. They didn't move the courier. They just left it standing there.
Oh, he got the courier.
Oh, wings!
That was huge.
That was a massive misplay from them there. The courier gets hit once. They just leave it standing there. A little bit of panic there from Wings.
I think he actually left it there on purpose because Pudge was actually behind, and he was kind of.
He was trying to bait.
He was trying to bait Windrunner to Wind Ranger to go in to try and kill, and he took level 1 chains on Ember, so they were clearly trying to set up a hook there. Like maybe that was the plan, but it didn't work, and DC got a free courier.
Absolutely cracking start there in the mid.
Looking at the lanes right now. Top lane, Nyx against Venge and a Slark. He should be able to get a decent amount of experience and farm here. I don't expect these two heroes to completely zone him out. He has a poor man's shield, so he should be okay here.
Top lane, just trying a bit of a harass there with Faith.
Yeah, they need 3 heroes at top to completely zone out the Nyx here. So
they got a wraparound coming in from Misery on the Wind Ranger. It's going to be tickling Faith behind there, of course, still just with the Wind Run available.
He has Wind Run at level 1 though. That's not the most ideal spell if you're trying to win your safe lane. I think generally you want to have the power shot because it got buffed. At level 1 it deals 180 damage, so if you're using power shot on one hero to zone the offlaner, it's so good at level 1. So first rune goes to power rune goes to the Ember. He gets an arcane rune. It's gonna help him out a bit in the lanes, but this lane is actually very much Shadow Fiend favorite because he can easily chew through your Flame Guard with his race, and he has a lot of base damage after you get damage from the Necromastery. So I would expect Weeha to, once he gets his levels, level 4 onwards, he's going to be able to start dominating Blink on the Ember Spirit here. Blink is going to heavily require the Pudge to roam and gank for him, the chains into the hook. He needs the Pudge to at some point come over and set up a kill. And for bottom lane, Moonmeander, he got almost level 4 from the lane, retreating to the jungle right now, trying to get his farm. Has a Quelling Blade. So I think overall, DC really happy with the start. All lanes are farming well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, both safe lane carries are having a great time at the moment. All the space in the world for Shadow.
But the main difference is Moon has a lot more. Like if you compare the CS,
yeah, the off lane difference.
Faith Bian has level 3, but Moon has 13 CS compared to his 3. So that's a huge advantage for DC's favor.
It's been finding a fair bit from that jungle. Top.
The Carapace.
Comes through just in time. But Misery and Sax are doing their best to hold him off and create that space that Resolution needs. Slark certainly is getting it, but as we mentioned, so is the Terrorblade. Mid lane CS as it continues again, very close between the two of them. Despite that earlier courier takedown, it wasn't really enough to slow down Blink. Eyesight still very much present, ever present in that mid lane.
Oh, he has to wait for mana though. Blink doesn't have enough mana to drop his slight chains combo for the hook. Tries to hook Shadow Fiend, but not gonna land, so it's gonna have to wait for the Ember Spirit to control the rune, come back to the lane. Oh, he has a regen. That's really good for him.
Yeah, he's getting lucky with the rune spawns both times. He let it up top just before the 2 and the 4 minute mark, and he's hit it every time.
Oh,
a little slow off the mark there, Eyesight with the follow up.
It's a level 1 searing chain, so it's only 1 second of disable. And the ward there as well. Like I think it was it was Wind Ranger actually. Misery placed the ward at level 1 with smoke, so realizing it's really important for Weeha to be able to see up the cliff. Power shot
comes through. We do see obviously the quite fair bit of damage from that, that level 2.
He doesn't have a shackle. He has chosen to take 2 points into the power shot. Like I mentioned, he got buff. It deals a lot of damage now. If you're hitting one target, it deals massive amount of damage, but if you're hitting a lot of targets, the old power shot actually deals more damage, like to a huge creep wave. But it helps the support zone the offlaners right now if you're using it on only one target or trying to get a kill, like what Misery tried to do previously. But still, like, no kills happening. That's great for DC because you pick a Pudge, your wings. You want to get kills with the Pudge, and not getting kills means you're not using the hero.
Yeah, absolutely. This kind of passive situation is very, very good for DC. Resolution Slark, top of the CS at the moment, 37. No pressure really being put on him at all at the top lane. Faith Beyond's trying to get something done, but consistently, there's that Venge sitting
Pudge.
Oh,
he might find Moon. Oh
no, he tried for the blind hook, but Moon came back with the double back. They'll turn towards Ice. Can he do it? That's the question. The timing is there. Will manage to get himself out with a quick bullet to the head.
Yeah, the Starladder don't even have enough mana for another stun, so he wasn't really keen in chasing that. He was worried for his life because he was like low as well. So at the end of the day, no one gets anything out of that. And Pudge, he's back up. So and Misery in the meantime, he replaces the mid lane ward. This is really important. Like for the SF against Pudge, you need to make sure that SF always has vision around the mid lane. You need to keep the Shadow Fiend safe from the Pudge. So Misery doing the right moves here, and he places another ward. So look at Misery. He placed 2 wards to protect the Shadow Fiend here. That's really, really important. And the ward's gonna scout out the Pudge here. So I mean, this might seem simple and small, but it's gonna help the Shadow Fiend a lot.
We are as well setting back into the jungle, picking up as much farm as he can.
Yep. As long as he doesn't die, he pushes the lane out. He jungles. He's going to out-farm the Ember.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, especially with the factors you mentioned. That they've been unable to kill the Shadow Fiend.
You pick Ember plus Pudge and you didn't kill the Shadow Fiend even once after 7 minutes. That's a huge win for the Shadow Fiend. That is a huge win. But obviously, that's not just him. It was his supports placing good wards for him and making sure that he always sees the Pudge. So Ice has a really rough time here, trying to get any kills for his team. Meanwhile, Faith Beyond level 5, he just popped level 5. He is 150 gold away from his Arcanes. That's pretty much all you need as Nick's off lane. Arcanes plus level 6, he's quite close to that. Then he can try to make space for his team, because the Pudge eventually is going to need some lane to get his levels back, because he's not going to be able to get any kills right now.
Interesting smoke here from Wings. They smoke up.
Did they place a ward? Yeah, they did place a ward.
But it feels like they want to get a kill as well, or at least the tower.
The main reason behind this smoke is because they have Metamorphosis up. They want to take the tower. So before they move over, they want to make sure that they have vision. They don't want Misery on the Wind Ranger to be there to spam his power shot to slow down the push. So if he's there, they see him, they kill him, they make sure that they secure the tower. So that's basically the idea behind this move here. The smoke into the ward. Even if they don't get a kill, they're happy. They managed to place a vision behind the tower. It's going to ensure that the Terrorblade is going to secure the tower 100%. And top lane, DC is trying to do the same thing, but they don't have a pushing carry.
They want to fight and dive. No, Rezo, he has that Shadow Dance to the ready. He's ready to go in and go in deep. Tries to go for Faith Beyond, but the hook there's from Ice, brings Resolution away from his target. They will get the kill. Blink has responded though, and he's looking to try and find a trade. He goes in onto Saxa. There's the chase down as well for the Pudge. Looking for Resolution, and he finds it as well. Ice Ice with the rock rundown. So they managed to claim 2 kills in return for giving up the first blood. They'll take that.
That was a big win for Wings there, Owen. They got the carry, they defended their tower, they traded another support for it for the offlane. That was a big win, even though it was a first. I think DC got the first blood, right?
They got the first blood, but yeah, you're right. Still, 2 for 1, they'll take it.
Wings came out on top of that.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be able to hold. This tower is extremely important to hold on to. Like, it provides your team with so much control on the enemy jungle. And the next tempo would be obviously for them to wait for Metamorphosis to come off cooldown. And they're gonna be able to pressure another tower. Ideally, you want to take the enemy carries tower. And DC, noticing that the tempo and the swing of the momentum is not great for them, they are going to move and use the time where Metamorphosis is down to secure the top tower. They really want this tower. Oh, they see the smoke? Can they get the kill still? No. That was, again, a great read by Wings there.
Oh, yeah, they read the fact that Moon's on his own down bottom because of that play up top. And they get a kill out of it.
Reading each other very well. Like, DC understanding that they really need to secure this tower before Terrorblade has his Metamorphosis up. Not gonna happen. Wings towards that aggression and gets a kill of their own with the Nyx ultimate there. So things have gone from bad to worse for DC right now. They have to be really, really careful in the next few minutes not to give away any more kills, or they're gonna swiftly lose map control with Terrorblade regaining his Metamorphosis right now.
For sure, yeah, they need Resolution to get that Shadow Blade done. He's halfway there at the moment.
Moon needs a little bit more time before he gets his dagger. Even though Shadow Blade is important, but I would say that the dagger is also as important as the Shadow Blade right now. They need to get Moonmender into that shape where he can make space for his team. Mid lane, they try to chains up the Shadow Fiend, but Pudge is not here, so not going to be able to follow it up with any hook.
Misery just picking up a bit of farm down bottom as he has the lane to himself.
This hero really needs like some time to get levels, and he needs to. He's gone for like a more carry build. I would say like a build where it allows the support to transition into a more damage phase boost. Yeah. Instead of just trying like arcane boost, you know, you get a mech, you just be that support. He's trying to be more of a damage dealer.
Courier. Is he quick enough? He's not quite quick enough there, Faith Beyond. The movement speed isn't there on him.
Oh, Shackle.
Very, very nicely done. They don't quite have enough damage though.
Pole shot.
Oh, okay, they do. Oh, Misery. He shoots, he scores. Perfect angle.
No, that was a really, really good move by DC. They had to get something done. A hook, not gonna connect. Saxon's still gonna run in.
The quickest dismember of his life there. I certainly wanted a brief.
He didn't really want to go in there in the end. Like he notices that they don't really.
He wasn't
have
happy
enough
with
damage.
the chase.
Yeah, not enough dash. Hook shot. Sorry, hook.
Ooh,
not gonna land there. But the Cotter is gonna be able to, you know, temporarily hold off the aggression from DC. Tower is in, it's in deny range actually. Wings can choose to deny the tower if they want, but not gonna do so. You want to keep your towers alive and wait for DC to commit to try and get the tower, and then you deny the tower. But right now, Shadow. Oh, he used his meta. I think he cleared out the. Yeah,
he did the ancients.
Yeah, he did the ancients. So that's going to be a huge amount of gold into Shadow's pocket there.
Well, looks like as well. Now, Reza's not going to stick around for that bottom tier one. It's very low at the moment on that bottom lane.
Do they have dagger on the? Yeah, they have dagger.
They've just picked it up on Moon, and
so
they're very close to that Shadow Blade as well on the Slark. Just a few hundred gold to go.
They need to strike before Terrorblade gets his metamorphosis up again. Like, it's 50 seconds window. I'm not sure if DC knows. I think they do not see the Terrorblade doing the ancients previously, so they have no idea. But still, with the dagger, they want to get something done here. Get a pick off and try to maybe get a tower with the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend has his Dragon Lance up, so he's
fairly tanky.
Yeah, he's fairly tanky. He's ready to fight. See whether they can get something done here with the Starladder. They're still waiting though. They're really unsure because the lanes are not pushed out. Like Resolution has gone top. He's trying to push out the top lane. Bottom lane, they're going to try.
Yep, jumping onto Ice. Fabian is going to be there with a stun response. In fact, the heal not going to be enough because the Jackal shot comes through. Cancels the dismember. DC, they'll just take the Pudge.
He didn't have Vendetta, so he couldn't really finish off Moon on the Starladder there. But at the end of the day, it's a support pickoff, so not the biggest deal but for Wings.
Space created though for Resolution. He's putting on heavy pressure on that top tier
Shadow
wall.
has his Metamorphosis back up, and they're gonna, try to secure this tower because they know Starladder has to go back and heal. He's shining up right now. It's gonna be a while before he gets to the mid lane. They're really trying to force this swap.
Oh, in fact, the swap back, the stun. Do they have enough follow through burst? They do. Beautiful raise there from Weehart to finish up the deal. Illuminate comes in, move with the blink, two-man crush that allows them to get the Ember Spirit, and they're chasing down for more. Resolution's already sweeping across from the top lane to look for further kills, and they should be able to find themselves a fourth and maybe even a fifth. Moon gets hooked up. He will pay with his life, and looks like Ice will be able to find at least one thing in return. But DC there, beautiful hold of the mid lane. Fantastic follow through crush. Resolution joins in for a bit of an end to the party.
There was Wings being a little bit like impatient maybe, because they knew that Starladder was going back to heal, but he went to the shrine, so he came back really, really quickly. Maybe Wings just overestimating how much time they had in that fight before Starladder returns. But even then, before Starladder got to the fight, Kardel was already dead because of the swap. He was way too far up, and they could not really hook. Like, the only way they could have saved him is with the hook from Pudge to get him out of trouble, but he just died way too quickly from the burst. Power shot and race, and he was just a goner.
Resolution next looking towards that Echo Saber, and thanks to that participation at the end of the fight, second on the net worth. Very close to the moment between the top three. Ember starting to fall behind, the kind of the three big cores elsewhere on the map. About 2k difference between himself and the top three.
It's because of the lane. Like, Ember doesn't do very well in the lane against the Shadow Fiend, so that's understandable. And they didn't really get too many kills. Like, he has actually no kills to his name, so understandably he's going to struggle. They're going to catch
poor
up.
Old Bench. Yeah, he came in for a bit of a warding mission. They will look to him, but no, They're actually going to get themselves to kill themselves. DC actually found Pudge. Was looking to set something up for Wings, but the rest of Wings still looking elsewhere. Oh, and they're going to settle in for more. They're looking towards Fabian Moon with a beautiful crush once more. Jumps in. They pick themselves up 2 more after getting that Pudge kill.
Yeah, what a read there by Misery. Like, he didn't have a sentry before, but he could sense like something is up there. Like something fishy is going on, and places the sentry, dodges the gank from Fabian, and his team was coming, and so turned the situation around. Great play by DC now. The game is in full control for DC.
Oh, absolutely.
They should be able to get the Roshan fairly soon with their lineup. They have the Starladder, they have the Venge, they have the Shadow Fiend. With the next pickup, they should be able to secure that for themselves. And even now a DD on Resolution. It's going to be able to scout out the fact that there's no ward here for Wings, so they do not see them. And they see the poor old Pudge here farming the jungle.
And Ice is out. Pian. Can he look to find anything in return? The Ember Spirit will find Saxa. Magic Missile before any change command. In fact, the Ember's out of there. He bails.
He might be in trouble here, Fabian.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fight. Fabian says, alright, thanks mate for bailing on me. DC pick up a second. 12-4.
That should be Roche for them. Yep. That should be a very easy rush for DC right now with 2 heroes from Wings down. More than enough damage to take out the big boy. And BKB completed on Weeha. So that's gonna negate all the damage from the Ember, the Nyx, the Pudge, and the Kardel. Only Terrorblade can deal enough physical damage to take out the Shadow Fiend right now. So this Shadow Fiend is gonna be a big problem right now for Wings. The rest of the heroes do not have any damage to take him out. And on top of that, it's gonna have an Aegis. So DC gonna be able to use this Shadow Fiend as a frontline, siege towers, and just wait for Wings to react. Like, he's so tanky right now with the Aegis, and
he's massive.
They do not even have enough like physical damage unless with Metamorphosis and Terrorblade is allowed to right click for a few seconds on Shadow Fiend. I don't see them taking down Weeha in a fight. And they do still have the swap to get him out of trouble.
Midas picked up from Moon. He's ready to keep the farm going.
Pretty standard for the hero, like for Starladder right now. You get a fling. Like, it's the similar case for like Nyx. You get a dagger and then you transition into a Midas to farm up your levels. Because those 2 heroes do not farm really well, so you need the Midas to help you get into the late game, be more relevant. It's going for a Shadow Blade after this, more catch. Because Wings right now, they have no ability to take a straight on 5v5 fight, so they're going to try to split push and try to rat it out and use the Nyx to pick them off. So DC gonna not allow that to happen. They're gonna 5-man fairly soon once all the creeps are pushed out. Fabian gonna scout out the fact that Weeha is heading top, and they see a few heroes mid previously, so they might try to take out the Aegis here.
Bottom lane though, Moon is playing around with 2 of them. There's going to be the recall bringing in Fabian, but the blink out and the TP away. Moon gets himself out
and
safely.
They might get Ice
is left on his own, and look who's there. Saxa with the Satyr, gets it in close, urges him up. Resolution jumps in, seals the deal. And that Helmet dominates on the Vengeful Spirit, allowing DC to close the gaps.
That's a very good item on Venge. So I think something that I see very common nowadays as a support, a position 5 Venge, you actually get a Helm. So it not only gives your team the aura, the HP regen, the attack speed, but it helps you jungle. So you're going to be able to stay relevant throughout the game. It's a very good item on that hero.
Yeah, even post nerf. Yeah, definitely one of the...
Like having the creep, you get a stun like a Centaur, you're going to be able to swap into the Centaur. There's a lot of things you can do. So it's a very good item on that hero, in my opinion. So definitely a very good pickup. And right now...
Well, he's just found himself something. Does he want to go for it? Of course he does. It's Moon Meander, jumps in with the blink. Fabian stuns the Riki.
Yeah, he knows Slark is nearby. That's why he did that.
So he's going to miss the pounce. So it looks like Fabian will be A-OK. Oh, hang on. The Satire is coming in. And Ice says, come here, you silly little creep. And he will take it down. Get a nice bit of bounty gold as well from that Helm of the Dom kill.
Man, it's so difficult for Wings right now to go out and farm. They have to deal with the Slark Shadow Blade, they have to deal with the Starladder Dagger, and because they are behind DC, they are going to expect DC having a lot of like deep wards or maybe vision they have to be really careful right now. And Terrorblade is not a good hero to be in this kind of position where you have to rat it out. Like, it's not easy for him like to go out and farm outside of the map. Maybe only Ember can do it.
Oh, mid lane, the jump in from Moon once again, setting up these initiations. Eyesight with the hook out. We'll save White for the time being. He's going to be fine. Oh, for the moment at least.
2 seconds. Oh,
hang on. Here comes the Hellbear Smasher. Clap, clap your hands. And he gives him the clap. Saxa takes him out. And with the blink crush into the magic missile, they'll take a second. Saxa, with the helm of the Dominator, plays in the... Well, not just the helm plays, the swap plays as well. Takes Moon away from any sort of danger. And some very, very sweet action going on there from the Vengeful Spirit.
Tower's going to go down. Even more map control onto DC side. There's no way they defend this, and they even already popped the Metamorphosis. This might actually be a big... Oh, the damage!
Yeah, Moon gets ripped to shreds there. You still can't underestimate this Metamorphosis damage, that's for sure.
That was just a cocky play there by Moonmender. 4v5, he's like, I can just throw in, try to, you know... He wanted to put his ultimate onto the Terrorblade, but paid the price for it. Any kill right now would give Wings a lot of gold because they are so far behind.
For sure. And the issue, you know, that will consistently be there for DC is if Shadow does continue to get bigger and bigger. And at the moment, he's keeping himself on par with Resolution and Weeha.
Yeah, that's actually...
It's always going to be a threat. If he gets 6 slotted...
If he gets 6 slotted.
If he gets 6 slotted. And if they're then able to get him into fights where, you know, Slark is caught out at the start, but he will rip him to pieces.
If he gets to 6 slotted, DC still has really good heroes at killing a Terrorblade, like Slark, Shadow Fiend. Like you mentioned, you can't really stun.
Oh, Rezo's got a DD. Oh,
he got the Thunder.
Okay. I mean, he was like, Sunder me, baby. It just gives me a chance for more health to punch through and more essence shift stacks to steal.
That was all part of the plan.
It was all part of the plan. Got to get those stacks, Winter. You don't want to kill them too quickly. You don't want to make it too easy.
I could tell. Mr. Oldie Pixel is a slot.
Because now, look, he's ready to punch towers. It's all about building up the essence.
You must be that player wishing when you pick Slug there's a Abaddon on the enemy team.
Oh, I love it when they don't die quickly. I love to see them die slowly. Oh, there we go. Rezo, he's fine. But
Are you sure he's fine?
No, he's not. He's not got pounce. He already used it. Okay. Well, there we go.
First it was Moonmender being cocky, now it was Rezo.
That's one that one goes out to all the people who hate Slark, that kill. They're going to be loving that. That hook into the base. Where you at now, you fishy person?
Well, to be fair, most of the players that hate Slark are support players, and you're not one of them.
I think most of the players that hate Slark are most of the players. To be fair, Winter. There we go, Wings actually with a smoke. I mean, can they achieve anything for this? They're heading through the jungle of DC, but DC at the moment all down towards the bottom of the map. Maybe they can get the long wrap around. Moon and we now coming into the jungle.
Yeah, they're kind of like expecting like maybe the Shadow Fiend or someone to be farming the jungle.
Yeah, if they head over that mid lane.
They do not have any good vision though. Looking at the map, they have no deep wards up, and obviously because you're playing against the Slark, you're losing. The Slark's gonna be able to tell his team, oh, there's a ward here. Oh, the scan.
Oh, they scanned them. They know the Wings are up there.
Both sides scan at the same time. Saksa, can he get the swap? Not going to be able to get it on time, so Wings was able to dodge that bullet. Obviously, they have no idea the enemy team knows they're around there.
I just look at Weeda. I mean, just to really emphasize how massive this guy is. 24 minutes in, Butterfly, BKB complete. It's insane farm for this Shadow Fiend.
Well, with the Butterfly pickup, I said that Shadow is going to be their last hope of killing the Shadow Fiend, but good luck with that. Not right now, he has a Butterfly evasion.
Yeah, they're not going to have any sort of MKB
and he's going
or Bloodthorn anytime soon.
He's going Lincoln's next, so no MKB. He wants to protect himself from the corrosive haze, the stuns from the Wind Ranger and the Venge. I mean, I can understand that. Doesn't want to die too easily in a fight. I mean, it doesn't protect him from the Starladder Crush. Obviously, and so that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna worry him when he gets the Lincoln's up in a short time.
Pian actually go for the jump in. Here's the 2-man, but the hook's off point. Eyesight doesn't get the catch. They've grouped up incredibly close here, Wings. The Resolution's already managed to finish off one. In fact, they've got 2. The magic missile into the Requiem will find a second kill, and Resolution seeing if he can hope for anything more. And in fact, Pudge having a bit of a nibble there in the tree line. They all hunt him down.
That's Rex.
Yeah, that's 3 gone. Winter. No buybacks as well from the 3 of them.
Down. That's your base defender.
They've got to be careful how they try and hold this wings, because they could lose more. Shadow's actually popped the Metamorphosis, but the jump-ins there from Moon, holding him back. Shadow has to be careful.
They
can't get himself caught.
They're thinking about it.
Starks to see if he can get in close enough for the catch. Moon will find the crush. Will hold him out. Jump forward from Fabian. A nice stun as well to catch out Misery and Saxo. They'll find 2 kills off the back of this defense, and maybe even more. Root onto Moon. Fabian closing in with the Vendetta. Hasn't got the stun up, and there's the Remnant in and the jump forward, but Moon with the crush. Absolutely beautiful. Holds 2 of them back. Why will get the mana leak? Surely Moon can't get out. He's out of mana. Only got 1-1 charge as well.
You sure he can't get out?
And they continue to chase here wings. They're looking for him. He's got sprint back up, in fact, with a blink. And that mana's still too low for the TP.
Sprint, bro.
They've given up the chase. They can't close that gap. Moon's out.
No one outruns a Starladder, bro. No one outruns a Starladder.
DC. I mean, with the fish strats this game, the Slark and the Starladder. It's working out for sure. 19 for 8. Giving themselves that 1 step ahead of wings in this game.
They just need to scout the fact that Roche is up. Oh, they still... Oh!
He knows, he's chilling.
He's definitely chilling. Roche is up, so... I'm not sure if DC... Oh, actually, they already scanned it. That was their catapult. So DC knows that the Roche is up. They just need to secure it, and they should be good to go for the Rex.
Yeah, they can take that Roche so easily as well. And it's pretty hard for Wings to do anything about a Roche.
I mean, this Shadow Fiend is close to immortal state right now.
Yeah, once he gets Satanic,
there's no way they're killing him.
No.
And there's a branch swap on top of that, so... yeah, even if they're killing him, that's gonna be a swap.
Roshan falling in seconds, of course. We picking it up as well, so the Unkillable now has that extra life as well. Gem picked up by Saxo. They're ready to just control the entire half of the map of Wings as well, and it gets to the point where they're ready to go for another attempt on a high ground siege.
They're doing every small detail correctly. They secured the Roche, they got a gem to deward. Do they have 2... What? They have 2 careers?
They do?
They... okay. I just realized they have 2 careers.
Why not, Winston? That courier's got to have a friend, you know. You don't want him getting lonely.
I'm not lonely now, I have you know.
I mean, I guess it's, well, I mean, what's up with the 2 courier strat, Winter? Is this...
I don't know.
We've got backpacks nowadays. Interesting stuff to say the least from DC. I mean, they're obviously in a very comfortable position nonetheless. You know, still Weeha maintaining that 3k lead ahead of the Terrorblade.
It could be because remember the courier died earlier? Maybe they just bought another
I guess so. They're like, we'll just get another one to get the IM out.
Maybe. I'm not sure why, but that could be a reason. But right now, DC in full force and full control of the game. Satanic almost complete. 200 goal shot for Weeha. So they should be just waiting for the Satanic, and yeah, once that's done, they're going to be able to siege and get... I would expect at least 1 set of racks right now for DC with disadvantage. Even 2, you know. They could get 2 easily. 2 sets. They're in such a big comfortable position. And the Vlads pick up from bench as well. Very good with the Shadow Fiend and the Slark. I was kind of expecting the Solar Crest. I think that build was also really good. Solar Crest and the Helm just, you know, give you a carry the auras.
Yeah,
and the buffs. Them up. But I mean, Vlad is also a very good option. You're giving them lifesteal.
And Keeper of the Light does have that Agnes finally done, so a little bit of extra punch in team fights. Yeah, that's true. This
2.5 minutes before daytime, though.
Good time for DC to try and go.
Oh, where's the gem? Where is the gem?
It is on Sax at the moment?
No. I thought they had... Oh, it's on Misery.
It's on Misery.
Okay, so they didn't see him. Like, what? I thought they have a gem.
Yeah, it looked like, yeah, Fabian just walked right
through past everything.
Yeah. Everything but Misery. DC pushing on.
They're gonna have to try to maybe jump the Kardel, if possible with a swap, or maybe the Wind Ranger with his dagger, or the Starladder. He's being really annoying now.
And we are just up to the high ground, beginning to punch onto the racks. The hook will be there, Ice bringing him back, but immediately the damage forcing the Pudge to back off. Swap will be there, but Fabian comes in with a wrap around, hits the two-man impale. Weehar's down for the first time. They'll pop the
That
Aegis.
defense, they did not commit anything major for that.
Oh, hooks a little too early there from Ice. Weehar, he will be able to finish off the range tracks at the least. Pops the BKB, starts to retreat DC. Playing this very carefully.
Gosh, that was such a brilliant defense by Wings. They only lost a range Rex after being in such a terrible position. What a defense, Odie.
Yeah, certainly considering the strength of DC. Now, Wings will be happy with that minor loss.
Oh my god. How on earth did they defend that? Oh my god. And right now, DC are gonna be waiting for their next BKB charge. They have to wait for it to come back online before they are gonna make any aggressive moves, or they're gonna be just contented in farming. They have, you could consider a 4-core lineup.
Oh, Rezo.
So going into the late game is, I don't think you're too worried to go into late game, like even ultra late game. Like even the bench you could consider a core, because bench, if you have enough items, you deal a lot of damage.
I mean, even the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, everyone is like a core.
They can all be cores.
If you have the items, if you have the farm. That's every player's dreams, you know. Every support player.
To get that farm.
You know, to get to the stage where I'm a core. Don't call me a support now, OG. I'm not just that ward.
You're my support, Winter.
Not buying wards, you know. I'm now all grown up. I have items. I can carry the game.
Grown up? Are you implying if you're a support, you're a kid? Why is it grown up? I feel like the carries are the kids most of the time in my pubs. You know, it's the supports that are the big ones.
Dude, you are the carry player, don't lie.
Yeah,
you are the one.
I'm
I see you playing Gyro, Juggernaut.
Gyro in 2017, Winter. Come on.
That hero actually has good talent.
You're happy when your carry picks a Gyro in your game?
No.
No, I didn't think so, Winter.
I'm happy when my carry picks Lone Druid. Or Slark, you know, in pubs.
In pub, so you're not happy? I mean, with Resolution, he's making this Slark work so far in this competitive game. No, he has.
I mean, we talked about why they picked Slark here.
For sure.
He's really good against the chains, the mana leak from Kardel. If you're talking about like traditional carries, like a Luna, you're gonna struggle a lot against the chains, the mana leak. It's very annoying. So Slark definitely one of the better carries against that.
And they did scan out Radiant mid, so Dire mid, so Wings come
they're
in.
gonna swap him out.
Can they kill him in time? Saxo will get Weehar just slightly out of danger. They'll take the Sax to kill Weehar. Pops the BKB, turns and punches back, forcing White to get himself the hell out of there.
They still want to go.
BKB's
down.
The power shot from Misery actually finished to keep the light high size. Wilks Weehar down. Illuminate them through. They've found the big kill. They've taken down the Shadow Fiend.
Oh my god.
And they're ready to try and go for more potential. Resolution and Moon already getting the hell out of there, but Fabian looking for the chase down. Dark Pack's there in time to save Rezo. But they get that big kill. We said he was unkillable, Winter, but Wings, they managed to do the impossible.
They have 5 heroes on him. Even the unkillable becomes killable.
And he doesn't have buyback. He's down for 50 seconds. Shadow, he's got Metamorphosis up. He's ready to go.
There was a really crucial mistake there by DC. They showed a few heroes at top lane, and Wings immediately know that mid lane, there's not the whole team is there. So they went on them. They got a kill on 2 heroes, and now they put themselves in a position where they could threaten Rex, maybe. No. But they are really happy with the damage they've already done. It's like almost close to half of the tower down.
Oh, Rezo coming to cancel the TP, but the hook's there from my side.
They're gonna leave a support behind. They're gonna have to leave a support behind to die here.
Nice size. Can he juke this one out?
He has no TP. There's no way he's getting out. No way he's getting out.
Rest in peace, Pudge. Keep punches there from Rezo. Brings him down.
That was still a really good play there by the Pudge, saving the carry. And you know, that's what you do as a support. You give your life for the greater good.
Very nice from my side. Hasn't necessarily been having the flashiest of games. You know, it's not the Nature's Prophet Ice Size we saw in game 1, that's for sure. He's been having a bit of a tougher time this round with the Pudge.
It's quite a difficult game for him, like, to be honest, from the get-go. Like in the laning phase, the enemy had really good wards scouting him out.
And this is a little worrying for Weehar as well. That Terrorblade, he has now got the MKB complete. He's got it complete, Winter.
Oh, this is a huge problem right now for DC. This TB right now, I said he doesn't have enough damage before, but right now he does have enough damage.
On top lane, Ember just finding the solo kills. Moon tried to come out for a bit of farm, a bit of a push.
He solo killed him? Holy shit.
He's getting pretty big, the Emperor. He's catching up. He's still a little bit behind the top 3 cores, but he's certainly closing that gap.
Huh. Must be sprinting around farming, I guess. I did not expect that to happen. He has Lotus off for the chains as well. He must be on really low HP and he was sprinting. But another mistake by DC. They have to be really careful about not giving up any more kills though. Wings are getting stronger every minute. This Terrorblade is getting out of control.
Yeah, he really is. 2k difference between him and we are.
And the longer the game goes, his reflection gets stronger. Like this spell, do not underestimate this spell in a team fight. In late game, when everyone has a lot of items, this spell actually kills you.
And Wings actually finding the opening to head into Roshan. DC still with the Slark down. I mean,
this is going to complete the Wings comeback though, if they're going to be able to secure the Aegis.
Yeah, they can't get. They are going to TP across the shrine, but it's falling low. Wings actually holding off a little bit on this. They're backing out of the pit. They keep the TP in there though.
DC are not going to be able to come here on time.
Yeah, they don't get themselves in for a play quick enough. Wings finishing off Roshan. Shadow picks up the Aegis. DC starting to slip behind. We're starting to see kind of the problem with that you can have with Slark sometimes as well. You know, Resolution, he had been looking for the kills. He has been kind of sacrificing some of the farm.
Yep, DC have been really unsure of what they wanted to do in the last few minutes. They gave up a kill here and there, and it resulted into Wings securing the rush. Right now, DC, we need to get back something. They smoke, even though the enemy got the Roshan. They're like maybe thinking, Terrorblade probably pop his meta for the Roach, so they are not going to have one of their key abilities right now, so they're just like running in, even though the enemy has Aegis. They're trying to start a fight. They have a vision, like they just placed one ward here, but before that they had no vision around the map, so they were just like randomly trying to run around and hopefully they were able to kill someone, but not going to be the case for DC. Not going to be fruitful with that smoke gang, but at least they got one ward down. They have to be able to get like more vision down. They're going to smoke again. They're going to smoke again. They really want to get something done here.
Let's see if they can get it. At the moment, Wings playing very safe up on that high ground.
Yeah, but look at the lanes. Like Wings push out the middle lane and the bottom lane all the way towards their tower state.
I mean, DC can sweep through the bottom of the base. It is open.
Do they have a ward? No, they don't have a ward, but they can just run up.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
They're just gonna hit the racks.
They're just gonna go for the racks. They are. Fortification will come out.
Gosh,
will head down. Look for the setup stun onto the Shadow Fiend, but he's forced back.
This is not good for DC. They have to run. Terrorblade has his metamorphosis up in 10 seconds, like 14 seconds. So this is not good.
DC have to back away the play.
Yep. Without a pick-off, they're not going to be able to be aggressive. They have expended 2 smokes for that. That is huge for DC not getting anything. That is a big blow. Misery gets an Invis rune. Can he set up a good shackle here?
Well, Resolution is going to find the opening onto Faith Pian. He's looking, but the save to Sunder keeps the Nexus alive, and in fact, Faith Pian survives there. Oh my goodness, we talked about support players saving cores, but Shadow put his life on the line there to keep Faith Pian alive.
That is such a bro move.
Absolutely.
Would you have done it, OD Pixel, when you're playing carry Terrorblade? The answer is no. The answer is definitely no.
That was cute.
See you, bro. I'm not having any of that.
And because they have the full 5 alive, Wings
and he's gonna recall him.
Continue to push.
He TP's back and he recalls. Oh my god.
So smart. And then let's see what DC can do about this high ground siege from Wings. Moon just in it, but immediately, the Carapace. Free action from Faith Pian. Saxa has to use the swap out to save his teammate.
Oh my lord.
But Saxa's out. Down for a minute.
Metamorphosis is down though. That's their huge chunk of damage, so I'm not sure if Wings can force the issue here. Gosh, this team can never count this team out, you know.
You really can't. There was this point of this game where DC certainly were having full control of it. They are still up a set of, well, at least a range rack to the bottom lane, but of course that melee rack still stands down there on Wings' side of the map, so DC didn't quite find as much as they hoped for. Weehart did have that incredible lead on the Shadow Fiend, but now look at the Terrorblade, he's neck and neck. They're 2 big claws. Looking for the setup, it's a perfect crush, they'll get one, they'll take down Faith Pian. Ice, they get the hook across the double shackle. The shackle from the Pudge on the high ground to the Creeper of the Light on the low ground. they'll find themselves a third. DC do manage to clear up around the shrine, so they'll punish Wings for hanging around on their side of the
There
map.
was no way Wings could have fought there because Shadow didn't have its Metamorphosis up, so huge chunk of damage not available for them. Like DC are just like a team that, if you notice in both the games, they were really good at using the fact that when the enemy doesn't have a big ultimate.
Very good at keeping map of the timings.
Yeah, big spell
very
down, and they're always looking for good fights, looking for opportunities.
Can they get Blink here? The pings are coming out to Blink from his teammates. They say, you need to get the hell out of there. There's someone on your back, and indeed it's Rezo. Comes in, there's the follow through. They'll pop the Lincolns there with the shackles, allowing the abyss, but the cheese is swallowed straight down the throat of Blink.
There's no Remnant though. Oh, can he get out?
Can he play his way out of this one? Sax is coming in with the cross through.
He looks
going to be the change to hold him back. He gets the Blink off.
Oh my!
Blink, but the Blink from the Blinker at the moon gets them, but the momentum just off in time, but Rezo's there. Rezo read him like a book, knew he'd finally be back to that spot. And they do get the Ember Spirit kill. Impressive plays from both sides.
Both teams, both players did the best they could from
They really did. Everyone went all out on that top play. Both the Ember Spirit and all three members of DC there to catch him.
Can they force a buyback now? That's the question. Oh no, Shadow Fiend is quite low on mana. Don't think they have any arcane boots for him. This could... I don't think they can see, sure. They're gonna try to force the buyback, but Shadow Fiend is really low on mana. This could be a problem for them. Not sure if they can see here.
Looks like they're still gonna try their best, DC, maybe. The line has been drawn once more to head down round through the bottom of
Shadow has
the
his
map.
Metamorphosis up though. I'm not very sure about this.
They really want to finish off that melee racks down bottom. Get that objective cleaned up.
More importantly, they want to be able to force the buyback here. Do they have Glyph? Oh, Wings do not have Glyph here for this rack.
They used it, that previous siege from DC. Jump forward, Faith Behind gets the stun, and Hook's not going to catch. He gets onto the illusion there of his teammate. Rack's now down to half health, but DC not wanting to stick around.
Look at their mana! Misery has no mana, Slark has no mana, Shadow Fiend is low. There's no way they push her, there is no way. Ember's up, so there goes the opportunity for them to be able to siege and try to force a buyback. Looking at the vision right now, DC does have two really good vision around the Wings base. One at the top cliff, one at the bottom cliff. So this is going to be a key factor in allowing them to understand where to gank and which side of the map to play. This vision right now is really good for them. Oh, they just lost one. I'm not sure if they saw Shadow. They might have actually seen...
They find Shadow.
They might have actually seen Shadow before the ward.
I think that the ping out was there. Rezo's hot on his heels.
Oh my god.
If they can catch Shadow here outside of the base and they're deep with the setup crush, it looks like they have a good chance of doing so, and they do indeed.
OD Pixel.
He's down for 70.
Vision wins games. That was a really key pick-off. Before the ward faded out, they were able to spot the enemy carry walking towards that area.
And the question is, can they force out his buyback?
60 seconds. Keeper of the Light. Not sure about that though. Keeper can stall a long time. How about Roshan? Roshan is not up yet. Oh, bottom lane?
They managed to catch out. Misery.
Jam. Oh lord, that's the jam down.
Ooh. Painful in his way. He's sitting on a lot of gold, Misery, about 5k mark, so he loses a bit of a chunk of that as well, of course. Saving up his gold, which, what's Misery got queued up at the moment on the Win Range? He was looking at Hex. Carry. He had a Hex queued up, but now he's changed it back to the Maelstrom and the Onyx.
Carry. He wants to be the carry.
Ooh, Moon, try for the crush, won't get it. The Ember Spirit.
He's just toying him, Owen. He's just absolutely toying him. He knew his limits. And we are reaching the stage where one fight, you lose, you are gonna just either be forced to use multiple buybacks or you're just gonna lose the game. And Roshan is gonna be up fairly soon.
Interesting choice from Sax as well this game. He's building towards the Academ Scepter Winter.
Aghanim's is a really good item on the support bench.
He's getting a little greedy. I mean, he feels like he can go for this. There's a lot of teammates around for the side of Wings.
Oh,
again, the Sunder from Shadow.
Please, can I have carries like this in my top? Please.
Shadow being an absolute bro, as you mentioned earlier.
Dude, he's being more than a bro. That was like a game-winning move in some cases. Like the move on Faith before netted them so much, they were able to save the Nyx, get the kill on Misery, and pressure the enemy base.
And check this out, Winter. Misery, a man that likes to change his mind, he's now picked up a full old E-blade.
That's going to give them a lot of burst with the Shadow Fiend, but I think mostly they want to save whoever gets hooked into the turret.
For sure, yeah. Saving whoever gets focused by Metamorphosis, yeah.
That could be the main idea behind the E-blade here. But right now, game is getting super tense for both sides. Like one wrong move, and vision. Like vision is going to be a very key factor. Roshan is up. DC scouts the Rosh. Wings wants to go near it. They know that Rosh is going to be their next important objective. I mean, it's easy for them to scout. They have Terrorblade, so they're just going to be able to send an illusion in, make sure they scout it out.
This has been a fantastic game so far. I mean, but both teams, again, a similar situation to game one. They can both win it.
They have Octarine Call and Blink. Oh, Blink! They scout him out.
Resolution.
Here's the Abyssal. He just needs someone to break the Lincoln so he can just stun him and kill him. Oh, this is tense.
They want to try and find DC here, coming in from the back.
Do not have very good vision around here, though. They have one vision in the top lane, another one close to the Rosh. This doesn't help them too much around the Rosh. So I would say Wings have the better vision around the Rosh right now. As it's gonna...
Mid lane Rezo's got to be careful. Watch the change, the stun's down, Ice gets in this stun and he's down, Rezo's down! No buyback! No buyback, Winter! 100 seconds out and Wings, they're looking for more. BKB's popped by Weehai, has to get himself the hell out of there.
Can he get the hook? Oh.
90 seconds without resolution.
But do Wings are just going to try and force... They are going to think
They've got Metamorphosis, haven't they?
Yeah, they're going to think that we just want to force their buyback and maybe we can go for Rosh, but... Oh, Starladder.
Oh, Moon trying to cut the creeps.
Saving the day.
He really is.
Moon is saving the day.
He's keeping those creeps back. He's not letting the push happen. Blink's out. Can he play away from Blink?
Blink?
Oh, he got him! Yeah, Moon.
Oh,
surely he can't get out of this one, or maybe he can. He's got the orb there to remove the chains.
Screw it.
The Duke's out into the trees, and Moon, that sneaky little fishy, he's out, back home, back to safety.
Oh
Moon.
My Lord. Moon just saved the game.
Really did.
He just saved the game.
He did. He absolutely did. No creeps, no push. Wings will be able to turn towards Roshan.
Yeah, they were like, okay, we're just going to get the Rosh. We're not going to try and siege the base. That would have potentially been 2 sets of racks down, or maybe even the game. Moon Meander just being that saving grace for them, dragging the creeps away and causing all sorts of problems.
Very smart indeed. The Wings will indeed, as we said, get that Aegis. So finishing off it. DC putting some pressure on that bottom lane. Blink will be there to clean it up, push the lane back out.
Right, this time, Terrorblade low Sunders his support, you know, free regen. Keeper of the Light has his Tranquils up, so not going to be a big deal for him. But right now, the Shrines are the next remaining objectives outside of the... Oh, there's still a tier 2, sorry. One more tier 2 outside, but Wings are just going to ignore everything and go for the base right now. How many buybacks do they have?
What's the buyback say it's looking like, Winter?
Shadow Fiend has buyback, Bench has buyback, Keeper has buyback. 3 buybacks available for DC. Sorry, 2 buybacks available.
Yeah, over on the side of DC, Moon went in on that AC purchase, so he's still short of about 1,300 gold. Rezo, he's 1,000 short of buyback.
Yeah, he's just trying to buy items to help them deal with the Terrorblade. The Terrorblade right clicks are just causing all sorts of problems.
If they lose resolution in this fight, it could be incredibly painful.
They just purchased the Skadi for Terrorblade. They're just going to go now. They are going to go all in now. And they have the Recall, and Ember with Boots of Travel obviously, and the Remnant to defend. So Wings are in a very good position to siege here. They don't have to really do like a first move. They can just siege with the Terrorblade and... Oh, they might get the hook here onto the Shadow Fiend.
Can they find it? He's been stunned up, the Shrine's been popped, and Ice tries for the hook, isn't going to latch. Illusion still continues to pound in, but look at the damage there. We are getting melted, and he's out for 100. And Wings should be able to finish at the bottom racks. Down bottom, Moon playing around with Blink. Blink pops the BKB, no message from the Ember Spirit to finish off the Starladder. Starladder does not have buyback. Shadow Fiend Weehai gets himself back into the fray with a buyback here. The mid lane racks on the melee are now down. Shadow turns towards the range, will fully clean out the middle. So Wings find the racks. They hold on to bottom.
Yeah,
they force out the buyback and they kill the Slark.
They did not try to force the top lane because they have no idea if Starladder is buyback and Metamorphosis is running low. And they're just like keeping everything in control. They're not diving, they're not making mistakes. This is the wings I saw at TI. That one
very solid from them.
Yeah, very, very solid. They're gonna go for the last remaining T2. Oh dear, this Shadowfiend is just so easily killed by the Terrorblade now.
Yeah, despite the size that he managed to get to.
And Terrorblade just outputs so much damage. Like, oh, gosh.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It just feels as well we're obviously seeing the weakness of the Slark against kind of these full heavy-handed pushes from Wings. It's very hard for Resolution to get in there and do anything.
And the fact that they have also gone past the period of strength where their lineup
for sure, yeah. 51 minutes in now.
Right now the TV is so powerful. Metamorphosis in 37 seconds.
There we go, Wings looking for a second set of racks on this bottom lane. They'll find the tier 3. DC can they get any sort of catch? They'll jump forward, but immediately the hook brings Resolution away from punching into anyone. The Ghost Scepter keeping the Pudge alive. Rezo turns towards the Keeper of the Light. DC find one, but now Moon's got to get himself out. Saxon and Rezo in trouble as well. The buyback will be there from the Keeper of the Light. Blink's moving in, gets the slide and the chains out, jump forward as well. Ice Ice with the hook onto Rezo. Rezo has to pounce away from his base. They'll take down Weeha. He's down for 2 minutes. No buyback available. Resolution trying as much as he can. The swap's there from Saxon. It's not enough to save him. Wings cleaning up DC. A buyback will be there from Resolution, but he's without 3 of his teammates. Can they finish anyone off? The power shot will find the next assassin, but he had the Aegis. He's back for round 2. Misery tries to get back to the base, but the nuke damage is there. Wind Ranger's out. Resolution, the last remaining survivor. Misery buys back, but Wings turn their attention towards the tier 4 in the middle lane. With this pushing power of the Metamorphosis, they should be able to do it. The jump forward onto Misery. He's caught out again. Wings have done it here. 2-0 against DC. And game 2, we saw at a point DC had a lead of about 20,000, but Wings kept their composure. They managed to get to that point we were talking about, Winter having this massive Terrorblade, and they did it at the end of the day.
Man, the whole team played so well after such a horrendous early game. Like, the early game was so bad for them, but they were able to pull together.